Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have Cam back here today, so hopefully that will... Very enthusiastic, Cam, good.
You'll
good.
all leave now that I'm back.
Very, very good.
Nobody wants the old man. Maybe we should go back to that moniker.
Crap. Nobody wants the old man. You're everything that we want. You are everything we need, everything we want. All the things, Cam. Don't put yourself down like that.
Well, I got a song stuck in my head. I don't know where it came from.
No. Where did it come from?
I don't know. I want money. Lots and lots of money. That's all I know.
Don't we all want lots and lots of money, but have no money to do? I hate money. I hate the concept of it. I hate the fact that, like, you feel like... Because we're not, like, in any way, shape, or form. My family is not poor. We are just fine. But when you consider, like... When you consider... So let me show you. So you see how that middle part, the upside down kind of like T at the bottom? That's all stuff I did that you were not... that you were not present for. So we're going to do a thing, and then we're going to do another thing. And you will see what all those things are.
He's gonna do a thing.
Gonna do a thing, and then you'll be like, oh.
I'm gonna sit here watching him do a thing.
Yes.
And that's, see, I get here and we lose one viewer already.
I never even got to 2 viewers last time. I did get someone to chat. So someone randomly showed up, and I was just talking about, like, Christ and Tucker Carlson. You know, being just non-confrontational about it, but just talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like that's basically like our channel's like MO now, right?
Yeah.
And he was, you know, and he just talked about some stuff, and then I talked about some stuff, and he decided to follow, and it was just some random guy. That's what that Smith Nation guy is. And it was just like, cool. Like, it made me very happy. Because we haven't gotten a follower in a long time. Long time. And so it's just like, yeah, that was great.
I was talking to Crystal, and I don't know. I think maybe showing your faces might help.
I don't know.
So
I've heard that. All I can say is that showing our faces... Because you have to, like, if you do show your face, you have to, like, there's more work involved, I feel, in, like, the editing process, because it's not... I was thinking about this yesterday, actually, and I was like, this is actually why I don't want to show faces. Because it's actually easier to not, like, have to edit as much. Because, like, the people that show their face, like, they have... all sorts of cool editing techniques, and they zoom in and zoom out, and they do, and it's like a lot of work. That's why I want someone to edit for us, because it's like, if that was their job, then be like, yeah, okay, we can do that. And then we, like, if you ever read the book The E-Myth, so I subbed a college class in it, and it was like, the part of the E-Myth was like, people burn out and businesses don't succeed because they try to do everything. And that, I feel like, would be the issue with doing that, is, like, you need to separate powers. That's why, for example, like, I'm the guy that plays the game. I'm the guy that sets all this up. I'm the guy that does all that. Your job is to come up with interesting things, to lead the conversation.
So like, not interesting at all.
And, like, well, I think they're interesting.
I'm not, though.
Well, I think you're way interesting. You just don't give yourself enough credit. But that's how you, like, break it up. And then if you break it up that way, that also makes it a lot easier to just share the wealth, whatever that wealth is, because you feel yourself to be equal partners in this. And that's kind of the thing. Now, I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm not. The issue is, though, is, like, if we did that, it's like I feel like we need a third person, so that, like... Because right now, my plan is to do really basic editing, which is just put in the intro and outro, and then do the whole video as one video instead of cutting it up like we should into like 30-minute segments, and then doing it that way. Oh my gosh, I really hate this room. What am I doing? You know what? I'm a bat. I can just be a bat. Let's just do the bat thing. I always forget.
Does it take magical powers or anything?
It does. So that meter up at the top, the blue one, that is slowly ticking down because I am being a bat. Actually,
He looks more like a bird.
that's fine. A bird, a bat,
Like the raven.
your face.
I mean,
Maybe. But yeah, so yeah. So I don't disagree. I just also, it's hard to know because it's like, obviously all of us, any endeavor that anyone does, they want to be successful at. So it's like, if you, like, I'm trying to make our lawn not look like garbage. And so I want to be successful at that. Do I know how to do it? No, I don't. And I don't have the money to do it the right way either. That's why, you know.
Like hire True Green.
Yeah, exactly.
How much is that?
It, like, so we did it because we like I burned some pretty bad, like, holes into our grass a couple years ago because I, like, put a ton of, like, old fertilizer on it, not thinking, or because I don't know, not knowing that would be bad. So it just burned, like, holes into our grass. And so then we called them. I think it was like $500 for like 6 applications, and like each application is like a month, and so it's like, or no, was it a year? I think it came out to be about like $50 like every month is like what we figured it to be. And it's like, okay, so I could do that, but if I do that, then I have to like, yeah, like you, and that's the other problem. Like, you go to the site, and the stupid site is like, we'll give you a quote, and we'll give you quotes of a ton of other places. It's like, it's not what I want. That's not what I want. I just tell me, basically, for this square footage, how much it is. And I know that's, like, not necessarily fair, but just give me, like, packages. It's like, okay, we'll make your grass green, and that costs da-da-da. We'll get rid of all your weeds and make your grass green. That costs da-da-da. And it's just like, so you can't get the information that you want as easy as I would want it. But so, like, how we want to be successful. So I want my lawn to not look like crap. But I'm just so tired of feeling like we just don't have money to do these things. And it's like, the most important thing for me is providing. So it's like, what I care about is having the money necessary to let Jamie and Avery do whatever it is they want to do, to pay for whatever that is that they want to do, to save money for their college, to do it in a good way, because like we put money aside every month for their college, but their money isn't growing.
Yeah.
And so it's like we're losing potential money by not growing it.
I thought that was for, what was that My 529?
Right. So there's a 529. There's also another one you can do where you have like more say in individual mutual funds. So like you say where your money goes.
Yeah.
And so that's not a bad plan too. But just like every other government thing,
No.
there's regulation, and like then there's taxes. Like, can I just like have my money? I'll pay some taxes on the growth of it. Fine, I guess, which I don't even think I should have to do that. And then you guys just like leave me alone. If I want to take it out now because there's an emergency, like why does the government think they get control over that? Why?
I was talking to that about the kids because the seniors are graduating. I'm trying to get them to really think about this stuff early on. Anyway, there was a link to the Social Security Administration so they could see.
I've been waiting for you.
I was like, I'm going to look into this because I haven't seen. They used to send those statements out. Do you remember that?
Yeah, so I still get statements from my 401k from Roots.
Not 401k.
Right.
From the Social Security Administration.
Oh, I don't remember those.
Oh, so they used to send out a statement about
I
how
don't
much
know
you.
if I've ever seen that.
Oh
Actually.
yeah, it's an old thing. So they probably cut some money, and I don't know where that money went.
So now we're facing Richter, just so that you can I did
Which
the
looks like, what's his name from Symphony?
Ryu.
Yeah, yeah. Doing a good number on you, too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh!
He just
Get
side
out of the
kicked
corner! Oh my goodness gracious. Was that? I wanted to do that cross. I guess that's not the thing that I have. Oh my gosh, get out of the corner. Get out of the corner. I am getting worked!
Oh, man.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
got a lot of moves.
Yes, he does. See, I wanted that move, but I guess I got the cross and didn't realize what it was actually gonna do. Okay. So then... Ah! Oh, great.
No,
Ah!
he just,
Awesome!
he just rained on you.
Awesome! Let's see. Do I have chicken or anything? Need some chicken!
What about a hot dog?
Okay, yes, I have pot roast.
Settle for a nasty protein bar. The chalky ones.
Okay, 50...
I feel like chicken tonight. It's shake and bake, and I helped. That is a quote from a family video that we did back in 1995.
Of course it is.
That my cousin said.
Of course it is.
I know you'd love to see that too, wouldn't you?
Of course.
Mississippi Thanksgiving, 1995, where we hung out and did our Thanksgiving meal in a shack in the back of the house.
Oh my gosh.
And then we ran out of roadkill and rats, and so we had to go to the jungle to go get actual food. So we all piled up into my brother-in-law's like 72 Cutlass. There's about 5 quotes from that my family and I quote all the time. And it wasn't the first family video. Our first family video was
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness!
chicken didn't help, huh?
No.
Anyway, I was
Well, it did help, but then I died still.
going back to the Social Security Administration. You know, I was like, they hadn't sent those statements out because they used to send these paper statements that said how much you paid into it,
Right.
and you know what you would get out if you retired, right? So I looked at that and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'd have to wait till like you'd have to wait and delay it till 70 to actually have any kind of like return. I mean, it's like $1,000 less if you take it out at 62. And a little bit more. That's at my current earnings. If I continue to earn as much as I do now until whenever I retired, it'd only be like, it wouldn't be much.
Right. And so then that's the whole thing is I'm trying to provide for that. I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I provide so that I can, how do I provide so that I can have good retirement for me and Britt, and then how do I provide so that my kids can have some money going to college, or honestly just all the money that they need to go to college, so it's just one less burden that they have.
Do you want or need them to go to college?
I want them to be able to go to college if they want to go to college. So because that's the problem, right? That's why I haven't put it in a 529. Because it's like, if they don't want to go to college, they can just have the money. It's their money. Like, I'm fine with that. Like, here's a gift. But then if I do that, then you get taxed up the wazoo.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, it doesn't even necessarily matter in that. And the reason why it doesn't is because they still would have more money, even if they were taxed for that, than they would if you didn't do it. So it's not really like as big a deal as I'm making it.
No,
it's
but
still
it's
annoying.
the money that you want. So I mean, is that a better return on investment than say like some of the money markets or CDs you can get right now?
Absolutely. It's not even close. Like it's a lot.
What is the 529 return?
So 529 return, I think the average was something like. It's not as good as like this other education plan. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like a Cardell or something like that. And then so in that you get to choose what like mutual funds you save it in.
Okay.
And then it's all deferred, right? And so then by the end of the time that you get to that point, your you're still better off than just like saving it. And it's like significant. It's like, so like if you think like my 401k grew at, so it grew significantly just in 8 years. And it's like if my kids had the amount of money that I have in my 401k, they'd be chilling. Like they'd be able to go to almost any college for 4 years. And so it's like, okay, that's good. So it's just the whole thing. And it's just stressful because then it's just more for me to manage and more for me to like have to figure out in that management because I can't just be like, okay, just let me do it and then let me just not have to worry about it. Oh my gosh, it's just the whole thing. And so that's what makes me feel like poor, even though I'm not poor. Like I'm nowhere near poor. But it is a poor feeling that you get, and it's hard. That makes it difficult. And the idea that the government has any say or like takes all this stuff, it's like you already take enough. Government, you already take enough. You don't need to take more from me.
No, I cannot believe gas jumped 20 cents this morning.
Terrible.
Almost $4 again.
Okay, so we're gonna try this again. I do not.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless it's just really rather expensive.
Oh, it's super expensive. All right, Richter, stop being a butt.
I've been waiting.
Yes.
It's Richter, not Sphinxter.
Oh, it was him that did this. How then? How then did I lose all of my like? Oh my gosh, that's only one. Okay, I think every time that he does that, and then I just gotta play it a lot smarter. If I can do it in loops like this, then I'll be chilling. I figured you out, you butt. Ha ha ha! Did it! I'm the best! You suck!
Now he's gonna kick your butt.
Let's see. I actually probably want a different familiar. Do I want the ghost? So if the sword gets to level 100, it actually becomes a sword that I can use that apparently is pretty, like, good.
That's 89 levels away.
And I use that sword, like, the most, by the way. But I actually like this guy, the ghost.
Yeah.
He, like, stuns the enemy, which is pretty cool. Oh my gosh. And that's just automatic. There's no way I can, like, block that.
Right.
That's just
dumb.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that moves? I did not know that. You changed your loop, you butt! Oh my gosh. Oh, he changed his loop.
Hubris, man.
He changed his loop, Ken.
Hubris gets you every time.
Ugh, and that whip is 30. Oh my gosh. Get off me. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh.
What is that for, daughter o' mine?
Let's see. Pot roast. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. So I'm gonna let him walk over here. He's gonna do his whip. Ha ha!
Ooh.
It's over.
It's over, Belmont.
Between humans.
The war between humans and vampires.
Trophy wolves. The wolves have all gone.
Wolves have all gone. Nothing. I just wanted to say it.
That's the kind of Monday it is because we're almost done with school and everybody's feeling it at my place. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if there's hardly anybody showing up, it feels like, and the kids in, and then everybody's just checked out. And I mean, there are 6 more teaching days per block left. And it's really hard to come up with stuff for them to care. I mean, it's hard enough as it is.
Did something skip?
Okay,
Okay, so the castle is destroyed. Mankind knows little about war and desperation, or the way of life did Belmont know. He and his father chose the same path. So it's like, okay, so we just fought Belmont, and we're like, well, that's kind of strange. That's not a very satisfying ending, because it's not the only one. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, I have no idea. Can I skip this? Skippy, please.
So you kind of beat the game?
Skip it. Yes, I kind of beat the game. Wow, is this slow? Am I going to literally have to sit through all of this?
Ryu Toro.
Let me skip it. Skippity, skip,
Kayoyuki Yanada.
Skippy! I guess not.
Chisa Yokohayama.
So as this rolls, as slow as possible.
Rika Fukami.
Oh my
Whoa,
gosh.
what? I'm sorry, I did not. Oops.
Fukami.
Masaharu
I've studied a
Sato.
little Japanese.
Hakiru
Kyoji
Shina.
Yanami.
Producer and director
When you
is
speak
Toru
Spanish, you say,
Hagahara.
or when you speak Japanese, you say it all in the same inflection. So it's toru. It's not toru or toru. It's toru.
I would do very
Agiara.
bad with Japanese because
Koji iga. Toru agiara. Kagensai.
I use a lot of inflection on
Koji.
stuff.
Iga. Kosuke.
In fact, I've
Awakura.
been told that I over dramatize
Hiroshi.
my readings.
Yogiyashi.
Kimihiro
I obviously don't
Morishita.
have a good accent either, but
Hiroto
it's fun to try.
Yamaguchi.
I really like Japanese. It's one of my
Nabuya.
favorite languages.
Nakazato.
Ah,
Senichiro
but yeah, life is
Shimura.
just a butt. And school is a butt. It's all a butt. And well, some good news came out today. Apparently, I don't have to go to graduation, so I'm not going to.
Which church video? Like the New Testament ones that the church
Talk like
did?
Jesus does. That's good. Any kind of thing that says that we are close to the Savior, even if it's like that, we will take it.
Even if it's emulation.
Even if it's just emulation of how he speaks, I am more than happy to accept that. Did you notice the bookcases?
I did, because I noticed
Yeah.
that stuff was missing over
Yeah.
there. And I was about to ask you, but then I looked over here and I'm like, whoa, we got bookcases.
Yep. And then I'm gonna get a CD
Like
case to
those
put all my
shows.
DVDs, so then I will open up 3 levels for more video games. So that's exciting. That's exciting.
Like all
And I
them-
have all those
oh.
shelves I haven't used yet. There's still shelf space.
Well, those videos would be really good if the other people hadn't made The Chosen. And
I know.
like when you watch the,
You watch The Chosen and then you watch that and you're like,
they're just like,
"Ugh,
oh, what did they do?
that is
That-
not
that
as
is-
good. It's not even close.
You're like, bring Jonathan Rumi back. I want him.
Uh,
By the way, that's a movie that I need to go see. Apparently, is Jesus Revolution,
oh, I haven't heard of that.
based on the true story. They were talking about it in a podcast when I was
I'll
unloading
have to look up that.
unloading the truck.
I'll have to look that up too then.
Yeah,
I need to fix my clock.
it's been like that since
Yeah, forever.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't ever remember.
Yeah.
I need to dust off my hats. They're all gross.
So you need to redo this, like put the monitors on the wall, and then you can open up more space and not have a desk. And
That'll never happen. Dude, that's way too much work. But yeah,
too much work. You got a whole
Because
summer.
I looked at all this stuff. I'm gonna be doing other stuff in the summer, like clearing off. I took out a whole rectangle in our backyard of grass, and I'm just gonna make it dirt. Because I'm so tired of how gross that grass looks over there.
Yeah.
And then one day we'll put something there. I don't know what, but we'll put something. So that's the project I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna clear out all the leaves where I park my scooter now, because Brittany wants to put a shed there eventually. So we're gonna like clear it out and maybe dig out a little bit to like do cement. Cam, it's just all crap. It's
Why don't
just
you
all
just make the
crap.
garage, man?
Yeah, how much? Do you know how much money that would be? Like I would.
Take out
I
a
would
home
love.
equity loan
Yeah,
right now
exactly.
with really good,
Exactly.
sweet interest rates.
Yeah.
And apparently, thanks to Biden, you will pay more if you have a better credit score.
Yep.
So what's the incentive of having a good credit score? They really want to tank that this economy, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, it hasn't collapsed as quickly as they thought. They're like, we haven't been able to do our central bank digital currency. So what else can we do?
Oh, you know what? I don't think we did need to watch all that because it didn't save it after the fact. Let's
What?
see. Maybe it did. Maybe because I didn't turn it off. Nope. Well, that's stupid. That's stupid. Garner didn't think. Garner forgot how old saving used to go. Oh, dumb. Okay, so what we did, we beat Richter, and everyone's like, but Richter's not evil! And it's like, haha! Maybe. So, now we're gonna go I'm going to grab this, and then I'm just going to turn around and go away. So now what we're going to do is actually go to the part where actually we get the real ending. Or to get to the real ending. So, we beat Richter, but obviously there's something amiss. It doesn't make any sense. Why would Richter blah 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 blah. So now let's all go to where we need to go to actually get to the real ending. And you're going to be like, "But Mike, this is going to end up being so much longer." And you're going to see why you're going to say that.
Because it is.
Because it will be.
Man, I ate a muffin for dinner, then some Life cereal, and now I'm really hungry.
Oh man,
Can't.
But yeah, the plight.
Fat face.
The plight. No, let me tell you about fat faces. Like, let me tell you, sir. I know all about that.
Food's so good, but most of it's so bad for you.
All right, I'm actually gonna go back this way and go a different way. I think I know where I'm headed. I might not know where I'm headed. We shall see. But yeah, I was happy with the stream though. All I did was talk about Christ pretty much the whole time. And a little bit, not even politically, but just like, hey, did you hear this weird thing happened? And I just thought it was interesting. It was interesting. It was interesting that thing had happened. And but yeah. Yeah, I mean, so that's how I've been lately. So I buy Pokemon cards, or did buy Pokemon cards. I had an epiphany, or maybe not epiphany. I had an awakening that I feel like will be a good thing for me. So I was watching a conference. I just bought a new, like, a whole what they call the booster box. So it comes with 36 packs, and you buy it, and it's it's significant. It's over $100, right? And you buy it, all the sets, all different sets have different cards that come with them. So you're essentially looking for certain cards. So I opened them all up, and I did the math, and I realized I just spent all this money, and I only ended up about, I lost on that booster box that I bought, I lost about $75. Oh. And you're like, okay, so, because here's the thing, if you buy Pokemon cards because you use it as a game, right? Let's say you're like a competitive Pokemon guy. Yeah. Okay, maybe that $75 is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't buy Pokemons for that. I collect Pokemon cards. So, but then I was just looking at it, I'm watching conference as I'm doing it, and I'm just kind of getting sadder and sadder. And I'm like, this is not like this. Like, I definitely have a significant collection, and I would love to sell it, and it would be a significant amount of money. And like, I have it all. There's this app, and it's all spelled out right there, so there's no like real haggling over it. It's like, this is how much it's worth. If you want it, you can pay this much. But I was like, so where all this epiphany that I'm talking about earlier came from was like, okay, I did that, and I was like, I'd rather so like, if I took $100, right? Yeah. And I know a little bit about the market. I know how to short sell and to buy and all that stuff. And I actually paid a good amount of money to learn that stuff. I just wasn't necessarily very good at it, so it didn't work out. So then I did something else. But if I took $100 a month and did that, well, I could, even if I lost all of it, that would still most likely be a better return overall than it would to buy Pokemon cards. Because I would be in more control. I would be the ones, buying what stock for what reason. Yeah. There's all the things that I learned doing that. And so I thought to myself, I need to start making my money work for me and work for Brittany and Jamie. And I need to stop buying Pokemon cards. Like, that's what I need to do. So that's my goal as of right now, is to do that. And so, but as I've been trying to, because I we paid off the car, and we had to take money away from Avery's account to do it. So we're paying Avery back first, and so it's like just oh my gosh, all the waiting is like excruciating because I'm like I can't like pull the trigger yet because I'm having to do right by her first and get all that squared away first. You know, and that's not something that we do. That's the only time we've done that, and it's just specifically to get out of debt. But we don't even normally do that anyways. We have savings and we always use that. This was a very unique thing. And I'm not saying that we necessarily should have even done that, but I was getting really sick of seeing $250 come out of my checking account every month. So I was like, no, I'm done with this. And if you do the math, you always want to pay off your debts sooner because you end up paying more, blah, 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 blah. So that's where we're at right now. But then there's just other things too. Like I need to put a bunch of that money back into our savings account because of that card. And so it's just, life is just a thing, man. It's just a thing. And it's like, you know, it'd be nice if like I put all this money in my 401k. It'd be nice if I could just use it and not use it to buy stuff. But if I took it out and used it to put it into, like, this stuff and I was in more control, then it'd be nice if I wasn't penalized for that. Because even, like, so if you put money in a mutual fund, you have to pay taxes on the dividends that get paid out to you through the mutual fund. Yeah. So it's not even like a 401k where you just get to sit back and relax and just let the market do its job. You still got to be like pretty diligent about it, because if you get a dividend and then you don't have the money to pay the tax on it, like you better hope that you like somehow you got to figure it out. So it's like it's not easy. Getting in mutual funds is also not easy because you usually have to have a high entry rate. So it's like most of them are like $1,000 a share. So it's like I can't just put in $100 every month. Like you have to save up to put in.
I don't know. I diversified into a mutual fund that
so frustrating.
I think I got under $1,000 in it.
It depends on the mutual fund. So there are mutual funds that do different things, but they all have different rules and they all have different standards and they all have different reasons that they do it. But the thing is like you have to be careful, because if you don't know the rules or why the rules exist the way they exist,
why do there have to be so many rules?
There shouldn't be. Good question, Cam.
Is this like,
good question.
They have a brokerage account.
Can I just
buy stuff sometimes?
Yeah, it's like, can I? Well, even doing that, like getting a brokerage account is a whole like mess.
Yeah, that's why that's why I want to tell the kids to look at it now so they can do it, because if they would just do the minimal investment at this age into a mutual fund that returned normally, by my age, what would they have?
A lot.